Hello, my dear friends on Earth. I'm here to share with you about a certain topic that I was invited to talk about, and that is about people who have a certain brain conditions that are focused around their focus, and it's people who have a or who are on a spectrum of autism. They have various form of ADHD or OCD, and also part of this is dyslexia, dysgraphia, and other etc. conditions. Also dysmorphia. Also dysmorphia is again something different than others, but all of these have a certain specific things that are similar about them, and that is something in a brain or the perceptions that a person have, or a functioning in a brain that may seem like a disorder, that something is not properly in order, and that is really right. There is something that is not really in order. That's why you or people like this, and I will be speaking like this, like to those people who have all these things, that you feel like you are in some way disordered, that something is uncomfortable. It makes you feel uncomfortable, these conditions that you have. And all of these are about certain wires basically in your brain that are not in a proper order, on that are disordered as well. This can happen when you go through, of course, programming throughout your childhood, because you live in a world that is built for neurotypical people, although it's very questionable how many people are really what you consider as a neurotypical. There can be like half of them, but half may have various degrees of all these things, and even the percentage can be higher. It really depends on like how strong these conditions you would consider into like these basically labels, or these conditions as a diagnosis. So basically, you have been living in a neurotypical world that was trying to teach you their expectations, so you would be able to meet them. But these expectations are not set up in a proper way, so they have been creating these like wires, like you can really imagine like one wire going from one slot to another, and in your case it should go in a certain way, but like it starts somewhere, but it's ending in a different slot, so basically you can imagine it like that. And so this is what happened to you, and why you are not able to function properly. Some people take medications for this, but of course these are just creating conditions within your brain in a chemical way that you feel like neurotypical. But then what you really are, or what you want to achieve, is to find a way how to not be, or be able to live properly without medications. Of course, this is a topic that is very sensitive, and of course I'm not saying anyone to stop taking their medication if they need to. But I am here to just elaborate on a different perspective on these conditions. And of course, what I am going to explain to you or suggest to you is not something that you can shift just immediately. This is something that will most likely to like take several years even to develop, because again it's like trying to reprogramming something that you have been programmed for so many years. So of course you cannot expect from yourself to get unconditioned immediately. And many of you on the spiritual path have been already doing this, that you have been exploring your what you call negative beliefs. But of course, negative beliefs mean that they are beliefs that are not in alignment with you. So maybe it's not really like a negative belief that you have. It's just the conditions that you have been taught to believe, or you needed to learn. And maybe those who were learning this to you, try to teach you this, were trying to do it for your best, that you would survive in this neurotypical world, because they thought you were like everyone else. From more of like alternative or multidimensional, let's say, perspective, I can explain to you more about this condition as well. So from a like a broader, when we would step back a little bit from this, like a very 3D thinking about these things. When we step back and look at the spectrum of like a lot of lineages into the past and into the future, like what is really is like what is it showing you. There are still more people discovering that they have these kind of conditions, and they were just going along with their life. That's they felt like nothing is weird with them. But these conditions are being still more explored. That's why you have more chances to discover what is not working, or why some things are not working for you. Of course, like trying to get fixed on a certain condition or disorder, that you have a certain label, and just finding your comfort there is also not the best thing to do. These things are here to basically show you how you can learn about yourself more. And so this is one thing that I'm also here to offer you. It's a different way of trying to explain to you maybe more of who you are, and why you have these conditions. So this is from an evolutionary standpoint. Of course, these conditions are not here like suddenly, just last few years or so, but they have been here for a long time. And throughout like many hundreds of years, these conditions were appearing more and more. And there are really many people right now in the world who have these conditions, because you are naturally, as a humans, evolving into something that you like really are pushing on the doors of like wanting to expand your consciousness. You want to evolve your consciousness. So basically your body is catching up on that as well, and these conditions are for that. That your body is also adjusting to function on a different level of consciousness. And that is similar to what we are living, like what is our consciousness. And my body is as well like mirroring, or my body is in a certain way also designed to be able to function with this consciousness that I have, that I can shift through time and space. I perceive time and space in a different way. And it's also about my focus, how I can focus through all these perceptions that I have. So these conditions are a lot about focus. And many people, like most of the people, don't have just one of these conditions, and they have multiple of them. So this is basically a very, let's say, uncomfortable spot to be in this overall evolution, where you feel this like a very kind of like tensions. It's basically like a almost finish of your birth process into new and bigger consciousness. So again, like this is something that's like, as I was mentioning in the beginning, like about wiring in your brain. So basically, yes, and this order is like meant that your brain is wired in a wrong way. Of course, it's not. It's an experience that gives you this feeling of being disordered, or that something is not working properly. Your brain is basically wired in a specific way for you to experience more of special, let's say, special abilities in the future, when you are able to handle or unlock rise your vibration in certain levels, when these things will unlock and they completely shift. So basically you would unlock, for example, and most of these are about like feeling energies, having various gifts like this, when you would be able to perceive things from other realms, of other realities, other vibrational levels. For example, Channel, that is here sitting and translating for me, she has experience with the dyslexia, and she had a very difficult time to learn reading, and after certain stages that she went through, certain unlocks, it's also about time, it's about timing, that it's not like she wasn't doing something right until the point when this started to unlock. But it's also about timing for you, specifically for everyone. Like when you would be going through your processes, your path, evolution, diving deeper into yourself, trying to really find like how you can manage yourself with your beliefs and really change yourself, not just trying to handle them, but really diving deeper into changing yourself, like really morphing into, let's say, butterfly is the metaphor you use. And when you go through the important steps, there is a timing when something would shift, and then this setting that was kind of like malfunctioning before in your brain, in your wiring, would flip, and suddenly the condition would get better, but also it would evolve into something else, something that was basically locked there. It was like this secret, dark secret locked there, and it was making, like it's almost like it is maybe a strange analogy, but it's something like, almost imagine like it's a tumor, and it's they're locked, and it makes everything else around it malfunctioning. But basically when you and this is not like this, let's say, tumor is not something that is here to kill you, of course, but it's this secret that wants to be unlocked, and when you reveal it, is then basically expands into rest of the place where it was influencing it, like interfering with your functioning, and then it will of course shift, and then the energies will start flow through those parts as like properly as they should be, and so on. So also my guidance for, like a brief guidance for how you can help yourself to like managing these conditions is, of course, like taking care of yourself. It's what is natural in when you are on a spiritual path, or path of exploring yourself, to really feel that you are still more and more free, not just trying to change situations that you are in, but really changing yourself, that when whatever situations come, you interact with them in a different way that you would have been in the past. That is a change. And so what I would of course give you like advice that you could help yourself, and this is always like for everyone, but especially for people on a spiritual path who are sensitive, or who have a potential to open up still more into these things and these understandings, open up into their wider consciousness, is that as always you have to take care of yourself in a holistic way, and it is your body. Many spiritual people just forget about their body, or they want to believe that, okay, if I would believe that this junk food is healthy for me, then it will be healthy for me. It's not, it doesn't work like that. Your body needs always needs proper fuel, and conditions within it are the best for your best functioning. Brain, and especially with these conditions, for people with these conditions, is very sensitive actually for a slight fluctuation in homeostasis and vitamins, the neurotransmitters, minerals, and so on, hormones. Their brain is more sensitive to this, so that's why if you would explore this and you would really try to, for example, again, like focus on what you are lacking in, what you are avoiding. You don't have to be avoiding all of these things, but again, like food is very important to get cleaner, healthier food that is promoting your body, health in your body and your body to heal. So basically that leads to dealing with the inflammation. For example, inflammation is the biggest issue of whole world, basically, because unhealthy living causes inflammation, and inflammation causes many diseases. Also more movement, because you are from monkeys, let's say, and monkeys or animals basically need to move. You are not separate from nature. You are part of nature. So as every other living organism on your planet is moving and needs to move, more complex organisms, except sloth, for example. But they are also moving as well. But of course, like and especially humans are very very well functioning when they move a lot. You have a very strong potentials of like energies that you can really ground into not just your physical body, but flow into the whole world and into Gaia and so on. That's when you move these energies, when you move your body, you allow more of this energy to flow through you, and that is natural flow for everyone. Because when you don't move, then energies will stop flowing properly. They get stuck, and you basically then still feel like less like moving. And that can be dangerous, like a state of being or a stage when you cannot really move or you don't feel like moving. So always, like everyone who moves more, they and especially in nature or in fresh air, you will always make your body to create good hormones, promote creation of great neurotransmitters and so on. And of course, like when you are eating clean food, you are just fueling your body to create more of these good things. And when you are eating less toxins, then you are not sabotaging basically your body to always fight against something. Because when body is fighting, like having to deal with the toxins within it, it cannot have a space to actually expand more, to really heal and give you more experiences that it can, because it's just being focused too much on still dealing with a certain level of toxicity in it. So that is a level like which you can work with and explore, like how you feel, with your health. Definitely do anything that you can for the best of your health, and it will help with the conditions. But of course, when you are raising your vibrations, it can actually give you even more challenges with these conditions. But again, in that moment, you have to also grab help from other parts of tools that have been given to you. For example, again, like exercise is very grounding. Breath work, although it can make you lightheaded, it's also like still helping body to calm and ground. So basically doing anything that can bring stillness and calmness into your physical body before it really transitions into like a very flowing and calm state. Also dealing with the past traumas and so on, it's again like those are the things, those are the conditions, those programmings that are making you basically malfunctions that you would basically need to face and go through. But that's why I'm sharing all these things, because I want to give you this motivation, this belief, new belief and around your condition, that is basically something amazing that can lead somewhere amazing and to new experiences, exploring new worlds, and also exploring more of us as extraterrestrials. So I'm sharing this with you from my love and my excitement to and from the just imagination of you having all these experiences that you can have when you would really take care of your body, and so also not just body but your mind as well. Working with your mind, as I was saying, with your traumas, beliefs, and so on. So changing yourself also in your mind, so you can really approach those all situation, all spectrum of situations in a new, with the new you, with the new reactions or non-reactions, and so on. So this is all that I wanted to share to this. And that could be shared a little bit more, or there have been certain other wonderings that people had about these conditions, but this is all what I would like to share with you at this time, and I hope it will assist you and motivate you to really see that bright future that I have for you, and not to focus just on really what this condition is bringing to you, the struggles or the handling, this distractions, this distraction from what it really can be, and it's distracting you from, or you are focusing on more of this struggle within a certain bubble, and I want you to see what is more beyond that and motivate you to really strive for something that is greater than that, greater you, finding yourself more. Okay, this is end for today. It wasn't that long even. So yeah, I will finish it here, and see you next time with another maybe I can show you my chichi. Come here. Oh. What? Okay, I'm going to ground. Bye.